Good morning, my friend. Welcome back to another episode of the Dubai stint of the trip, the Pro Debut series. It is the 3rd of April. I am 16 days out, which is beginning to excite me. However, the last 2 days, as you would have seen some of, have been high days. So we're essentially running a trial peak, and today is effectively show day. Or today or tomorrow. I'm not sure, need to double check. Either today or tomorrow is a trial show day. I think it's today. And effectively what we're going to be doing is timing electrolytes, timing water, timing not so much food, it still has to be a normal day, to see what happens when we try and pull some water out. So that's going to be interesting, so I'm going to take you through that, but first I'm going to get my espresso down me, espresso longo. And I'm going to go and do my 30 minutes of fasted cardio. Once we get back, I'll explain a little bit about what we're going to do today, because I need to check in with the cow. I need to read through exactly what the plan is, and then we'll go from there. And hopefully we'll see some pretty insane physique shots today. I'll also take you through the kind of results in terms of scale weight and check infos from the 2-day carb up, if you like. Okay, there we go. So 30 minutes cardio in. The instructions are 2 rounds of posing now. Oh, a few different lights you've seen there, isn't it? 2 rounds of posing, 10 seconds each hold. So I'm gonna, there you go, just one more little light spectrum for you there. I'm gonna run through that now, and then I will jump in the shower. It's not much of a glorious day today in Dubai. It's a bit overcast. It's still pretty glorious, but yeah, it's a bit cloudy. So I'm going to get that posed in now, then I'll jump in the shower, then I'll have a black coffee, and then we get to work. The plan of action is essentially, let's put that down here. Plan of action is essentially 4 grams of sodium and potassium in across the duration of the day, and the majority of that has to go in pre-12 o'clock. So essentially 3 grams of sodium and potassium in before we train. Majority of water in before, well, basically all my water in before 3 p.m. as well. So we'll be cutting that off at 3 p.m. And then just having a litre between 3 p.m. and bed. So today could be a bit of a slog, but it's all worth it, all has a purpose, and it should be very, very valuable as well. So I've just been, what I tend to do is sit on the cardio bike and go through my food for the day, put it all in my fitness pal to see where I'm landing up. That really helps me pass the time. It means I don't forget, and later on in the day I know exactly what I'm eating. It's very easy. So that's a nice little tip for you if you have to pass time on cardio and you are not on an exactly set meal plan. Though I'd be lying if I say I eat different things every day. It's kind of the same stuff I put in. It's a bit of a hapless task, but certainly helps to pass the time. So yeah, I'll run through posing now, 2 rounds, and then jump in the shower, have a coffee, do a bit of work, and then it will be that pre-workout meal. Just for reference as well, the reason today will be quite challenging in terms of that electrolyte balance is because I've been having 8 grams of potassium and sodium a day recently, so I have to half that today. And where the majority of my meals come, which is after I train, I have to have a maximum of 1 gram. So interessant. But we'll see how it goes. Looking forward to it, and hopefully we'll see a change in the physique as the day goes on. But checking pics this morning were good, so hopefully we'll just see today sort of dry out a bit more, and I guess have a good idea of what we're going to look like on show day in 17 days. Hello, there we go. So I actually did it in a slightly different order. I had a shower first. So there you go, 2 rounds of posing done. Took some pictures as well. Louis just got that on camera, so that should be quite cool. I'm actually pretty happy with how things are shaping up. I was saying yesterday, I think this is the leanest I've ever been. Looking at like my triceps, looking at my lower back. My glutes aren't in, but obviously they don't need to be. I would love to see them in just to see how it looks. But there's still time. You know, we've got a long season ahead of us. But I'm starting to. This normally doesn't happen for me until very, very close to the show. But I'm starting to get excited now. Yeah, in terms of the look. It's normally a lot of anxiety for me, a lot of concern and worry leading up to the show. Thinking, am I going to be ready? Am I going to get my best? Am I going to be this? Am I going to be that? But I'm actually just sort of moving into the realm of excitement, which is cool for me. It's kind of a new feeling, especially this far out, like 2 weeks out, to be ready or nearly ready. 2 weeks out is really cool. So I know there's a bit more fat to come off anyway. So obviously today is back to baseline diet. As I've said, it's going to be a bit challenging with the flavouring. I'm going to have to get adventurous with how I flavour my food, because obviously the lack of sodium and potassium following meal one is a big drop off. So I'm going to have to find some herbs, but that's fine. I remember last prep I did like I seasoned all my meat with just cinnamon, and it was fine. So I'll probably do something like that. But yeah, I'm going to have a coffee now. I'm also tracking all my water, so including coffee. Cal was asked to have a bit more extra caffeine today, which is absolutely fine by me. So a bit extra caffeine. I'm going to make a nice big coffee now and then do a little work shift. I'll then have that meal one, that pre-workout meal, and then we'll head to go and train. I'm not sure where we're going to train yet. Probably back to Binus again today for Paul. Just in terms of atmosphere, man, like Max and Eagles, the kit's incredible. It's all Prime Atlantis, Arsenal strength. Sorry, Prime and Arsenal strength. Hammer strength, but it's just, God, it's a library in there, man. It's a fucking library. So I think we're going to go to Binus, as we've just paid for 2 weeks at both, which is full.
I'm always black. I love it when they call me that. I love seeing black people party together, and that joint always slack. I love seeing black on black, man, can we celebrate that? Man, can we elevate that? But can we take it way back to barrettes in your hair, windshields and the dice in the mirror. Street lights came on, the nights in the clear, fair ones, but nobody interfere.
What? You want to see it all, don't you? Oh.
I'm always black, that's why I'm always laid back. Said they gonna take it with my black card. Man, how you gonna do that? I'm always black.
It's the most wonderful time of the day. This is the best bit, where I cook and eat my pre-workout meal. And then it'll go to shit from there. Nah, it ain't too bad, son. Right. The meal now is, let me talk you through it. I'm finna have, let me just scroll up. Meal one, 40 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat, 65 grams of protein, and essentially between 3 and 3.5 grams of both sodium and potassium. They will come from the food, obviously. There's like a lot of veg in there, which you'll see, which is for the potassium, but also from 2 grams of Himalayan salt, 0.3 grams of sea salt, which is the amount of electrolyte in the pre-pump from supplement needs, and then I'm going to have 3 grams of electrolyte plus, which is largely sodium. I'm going to have 1 scoop of like an Evogen Pre as well, which has a bit of sodium in it, and then we've obviously got the intra EAA, so all tracked, and that essentially leaves me with the majority of my sodium and potassium in pre-training. But yeah, in terms of the food, as I said, double egg white omelette, 1 savoury, 1 sweet, you know the deal, let's go.
I ain't telling you to live your life black, but don't front, you can hide or deny that. You get a little bit of pride when you buy black, with a shade but it kicks to your head wrap. Man, it's funny how I dodge the rap line.
Here we go then, part 1. I'm not gonna film this full day of eating because it's not that exciting. It's also we've seen before, but obviously it's just part 1. I'll get part 2 in. It's cooking now. Hopefully it doesn't burn while I eat this. And we'll go train, which I'm not excited for. Oh dear.
So my wife could live the rap life, family will live a life black. Walk in the dark, that's on my black like ew. How'd that sun feel? How you keep it dripping and don't spill? How you know Toby but no grill? How you keep eating with no meals? How you stay even when they odd? Oh my God, I'm bumping some midnight marauder. Rest in peace to the fight dog. Can't nobody tell me I ain't hard. Then they ain't squad. But if they do, then they ain't squad. And I ain't trying to find out where to change that. I don't wanna reside with a fame at. I just really wanna vibe with my people. Love hard, stab bread, think free too. Look, it's no way to define black. I just know that wherever I'm at, I'm always black. I'm always black. I'm always hoping. I'm always hoping. It's always love. It's always love. I'm always focused. I'm always focused. It's always joy. It's always good. It's always chosen. It's always chosen. And always black. Black, 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 black. I'm always black. I'm always black. I'm always hoping. I'm always hoping. It's always love. It's always love. I'm always focused. I'm always focused. It's always joy. It's always joy. It's always chosen. It's always chosen. And always black.
Absolutely roasted. That session done. Actually pretty good, to be fair. That was one of the better ones we've had in a while. Enjoyed that a fair bit, as much as I can at this point. 4 back movements, a couple arms, delts, and then a little bit of posing. It's 2:45 now, which means I've got 50 minutes to get like 500 ml of water burn, or thereabouts, and then that's the water cut off basically until the end of the day. As you know, electrolyte, sodium, potassium are kind of in, and that's it now. So I was just joking, I need to get adventurous with my my chicken season today, which is fine. I can do that, no problem. But we are heading back now. One session closer. Right, what you can hear there is the sweet, sweet hum of the air fryer cooking our chicken. So, bag secured. What did we get? Garlic flakes. Ingredients: garlic flakes. So essentially dried garlic. Ginger powder. Ingredients: ginger. Chili crushed. Ingredients: chili. And then this one here, salad seasoning. Now the ingredients here I had to check because you never know if it says seasoning, but ingredients: garlic, parsley, mustard, chive, onion. So this has 400 milligrams of sodium per 100 grams of powder. This whole pot is, I don't know, not 100 grams. So 0 concerns there. Chicken is in the air fryer, marinated in a little bit of lemon, and I'm very excited actually. Should we have a look? Oh wow. Always coming through with the tasty, tasty chicken. Louis doesn't know what's hit him. It's actually almost done as well, bro. There you go. As I said, no salt, no problem. Very happy with that. That'll be my next dinner, basically sorted. It's going to be a dry old day with minimal liquid going in now though. And as I take the final few mouthfuls, I can really tell it's got no salt in it. It's certainly missing a little bit of sodium. But rules are rules. So I thought in true cinematic style we could end this one how we started it. That's fancy, isn't it? So that's the trial peak done. So I'm not sure what today holds. I imagine I will probably be running a normal day. I think there's potential to be a bit more food, but not a lot more. So coffee, 30 minutes cardio, 2 rounds of posing, and then I'll wait to hear from Callum. Body weight's down to 102.8, so that is 0.3 away from the lowest I've ever seen on prep this year. And it's largely down to probably the dehydration, also the day of deficit yesterday, and also a large stool movement this morning, which I've not seen for a while, so I had to get some psyllium husking. In terms of checking bases, I feel pretty good today actually. I feel quite tight. I feel flat again, but I feel back to my sort of tightest. So I think the last few days have probably been my best morning look. I typically don't look that great first thing in the morning, which is fine because I'm not going to be competing straight out of bed. I think usually I'll be on sort of early afternoon, and then obviously the finals are in the evening, so we'll have to bear that in mind when peaking. But yeah, I think it'd be really good for us to get an idea of what works and what doesn't. I think Callum has a good idea now that the first 2 days of filling up were good, and then yesterday was 1-2, sort of a touch too far in a deficit, and I've now flattened out. So I think more food will go in on the actual peak, and I think potentially for longer, which is cool. But for now, I'm not really sure what the next week holds. I think there's going to be some more food coming, but I'm 2 weeks out today, so 1 more week in Dubai, 6 more days in Dubai, then we fly out to Tampa on Friday the 7th, first thing in the morning, and then we'll be there in the evening on Friday, so then I'll have a full week in Tampa to sort my surroundings up and peak, which is exciting. That's going to be really exciting. I'm starting to get, it feels quite close now. I think up until this point there's been a lot of hurdles in the way that have stopped me from thinking about what I'm actually doing, which is going to compete. But we should be all sorted now. Obviously we've got here safely, just got to get to America safely, which requires an ESTA, which I've got, and a negative COVID test, which we'll get this week. And then flying to America.